JaNae, I got you. It's pretty. So I want to say to Tatanka.
Yes, Tatanka.
Did I say it right?
You got it. You got
Oh,
it. Yeah, you just gotta take a shot at it, and you got it first time. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so hey, Terrell here, Big Gold Belt Media. We have JaNae and Tatanka here. How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. It's been a pretty good day. I mean, first off, I want to say congratulations. Killers of the Flower Moon. It was a little hard for me to watch. it was really tough. Seeing my man Leonardo as the villain. I had to pause it a few times and walk away. I was like, I can't do this for another hour. But how are you guys taking this in? Like, we're talking Oscars here. We're talking, the notoriety that you guys are getting for your characters. How have you both been taking this in?
Yeah, it was cool to see Leo in a different role like that. We're just taking it in every day, and myself just being full of gratitude and appreciative to have this kind of blessing in my life and this kind of role in production and people to be involved with. And it's amazing, just to have that kind of representation for ourselves, to be out there and in the media, and for, of course, our best friend Lily Gladstone to win a Golden Globe and get nominated for the award. That's just huge. And that's a win for her, is a win for all of us. And it's a beautiful time.
It's definitely been crazy, putting this on the resume. Killers of the Flower Moon, Martin Scorsese. It's been career changing.
I mean, it's just no words to even put it. I mean, to think you get through a 3-hour movie, but it did not feel like it was 3 hours. It moved very well paced. I felt like I learned more in that 3 hours about the Osage than I probably would have gotten on Wikipedia or any book.
Yeah.
The level of detail and respect that's put in this movie is phenomenal. The representation, as you just said, is, I mean, every detail of the movie, from clothing to cast, everything is there. And I mean, I could imagine being on set and just having that level of comfortability where you just feel like you basically home. You know what I mean? Like, there's everybody you could talk to. Everybody's trying to work just like you on set. Getting you play your character as John and Rita, and Rita, yeah. So it's a tough one there.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, you guys didn't have too much. I mean, obviously, you didn't have too much interaction in the movie. But first, we'll start with John's character. Of the character of John.
With Rita, because she's the first part of the movie. I'm second.
Oh, right. So yeah, I mean, Rita. So getting to play, Rita, her Mollie's sister. Because I kept trying to keep up with the sisters. I had to write it down. I was like, the first one, the second one. How much did you know before, I guess, of the script before getting to play that character?
I hadn't seen the first version of the script. I had only heard about how minute of a character that the Osages played, even Mollie's character, in the first rendition of the script. But as far as the story as a whole, I did know a little bit more than I think a lot of people, came in not knowing the story at all. But I had heard, whisperings about what happened, because I'm Lakota, Dakota, and Crow. And my Crow side has connections to the Wajajes, and the story is known, but it's not well talked about. So I had heard a little bit about the story, just not on the full scope.
Now, with of course, this movie is super graphic, and no spoilers for the people that haven't seen it, but was how much of that of you just makeup and everything that they have to were you just having to sit there and to deal with all that to get that scene right?
For that particular scene?
That particular scene, yeah.
I had a double. I did a body casting where I have a double that looks exactly like me somewhere now.
Yeah,
And
exactly like it was creepy.
so creepy
Yeah.
because I would see it in the makeup chair, like, you know, being propped up and stuff. It was very interesting in the sense of, you know, like acting out the scene, that final scene, and then the process of switching my body with my body's double. And knowing what happened to my character and knowing the full extent of the injuries, there was no way that I could have done that myself. So I'm very grateful that we did have the budget to do the body casting for it to show what happened, because with what happened, it was true, you know,
Yeah.
she died that way. And it was very tough, you know, like just knowing leading up to that, because with certain characters in our film, we didn't shoot in sequence all the time. And with my particular character, like I had went through that journey with Mollie and losing everyone and the grief of it and the anger that came with it. But upon my final scene, that was that scene. So it was almost a culmination of everything. And I got really emotional about it because we shot literally like 2 blocks away from where Rita actually died. So I had a little bit of anger, you know, that I could get up and walk away, but she couldn't. And that'll stay with me forever.
Yeah, it's definitely imprinted in my memory. Like I said, after watching that, it's how strong it just goes to show how strong that movie is. Like, you know, the message and everything behind it.
Yeah.
Transitioning into you, Tatanka, like your character John, who I didn't know what he was doing the entire movie. I was like, is this guy? And then, you know, we finally get the reveal of his role.
Mhm.
How much of that did you get to, you know, of course, prep for, you know, with the law enforcement and everything at that time in what, like 1920s? I mean, you definitely don't see too many, you know, Native Americans, you know, or anything like that, that were in law enforcement.
Yeah,
Like how much time do you have to prep for that?
it was something different when I first read the book. Um, this is this was the character that, you know, spoke to me, that jumped out to me. That was the person, you know, who I wanted to play. And so when it, you know, came to be, you know, I was very happy to be in that position. And he you know, he was there in the community. He was earning trust of the people. You know, he wasn't there, you know, in any kind of a villainous, you know, way, a
Right.
deceitful way. He was there in an honest way, and he was actually, you know, being invited into people's homes. And yeah, I think it is so neat and cool to see how it, you know, in the final cut and the editing, how he's, you know, being brought into the story. You're kind of, you know, wondering like, what, you know, what's this guy's story?
Right.
So yeah, thank you.
I mean, you definitely have one of my favorite parts of the movie is where you're talking to the one character and you tell him like, "Hey, ain't even no point in you running. like, don't even think about going anywhere. It's over for you." Like once the justice of everything, you start to feel some sense of relief. Like once your character comes in and like all the other the officers, the FBI comes in and really starts to, you know, you feel some type of relief. Like, man, okay, these people are getting the justice they deserve because, man, these people are terrible. And I had to remember, oh yeah, they're acting. Yeah, but this actually happened. You know what I mean? Like, so it was, again, it's a tough watch, and I can imagine how it was for you guys to get into the mindsets and the characters of these roles. Like,
Mhm.
it's definitely a lot to deal with. But
Yeah, that scene that you mentioned, that was actually the first scene of the movie that I shot. Like that was my first day working, and I think it was like 120 degrees outside.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
so hot.
And we had these layers of thick wardrobe on. But yeah, it's a it was a different experience, you know, being there in the community with everybody.
Right.
From reading it and then reading the script and then, you know, reading your role, but actually being there with the people who are the descendants of the people. It was something special and important, you know, to take care of.
Now, you know, obviously getting to work with Martin, I mean, this definitely opens up your resume, you know, tenfold. I mean, I'm gonna be seeing you in every movie going forward. I think, I mean, that's all you got to put on there now is that, hey, Killers of the Flower Moon, the jobs are opening. But of course, we talked about Oscars at the beginning of this. I mean, I'm assuming like as this comes up, I'm gonna be seeing you guys, as the whole cast and crew, because there's no way in the world you're not walking away with something. I mean, that's just without question. Like I said, the acting is phenomenal. The wardrobe, the music, everything in this is just so good, and you guys did such an excellent job. I'm sitting here thinking about watching it again. I was like 3.5 hours. But for the both of you, like, where are you going from here? Like, what's the next steps? Like, I know we're still in the promotion stage of the movie. What's the next step as far as Killers of the Flower Moons go? Like, what's the next step for you guys?
I'm just auditioning. I'm still
Okay.
because I don't know, we've had a pretty interesting burst of like native shows and native content come through.
Mhm.
And we're hoping, like that continues in the sense of things. So just auditioning still.
Yeah, we want, more projects to come about from this. We want more projects to be we want other tribes' stories to be told. I wish every tribe, because everybody has a story like this. This is just one story among many.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so glad that we're able to, shine light on it and help tell this story. And we hope more things come about, and modern day things too. We want to be in comedies, we want to be in rom-coms, we want to be in, everything like that, not just historical pieces.
Right.
But I do hope this opens, more doors for all of the native cast and
Sure.
everybody, who was involved. Next up, I got a show called with Netflix called Ransom Canyon, and
Try to write that down.
it's the first season, and we start shooting that next week.
Well, congratulations. Like I said, doors are opening. Look, I really appreciate you guys. I thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. This was awesome. The movie was amazing. I'm glad you got to be a part of it. You guys did an amazing job. I don't know what else to say. I got all the accolades, all the flowers. You guys are going to be getting this.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. Thank you for having us and for the questions. And we wish you the best and can't wait to meet you in person one of these days.
Oh, it's gonna happen. We just small circle, so we're gonna run into each other eventually.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Ridiculous.